There comes a moment in your life when the illusion crumbles, when the veil lifts, and you stand face to face with the undeniable truth. You are chosen. Not by accident, not by mere luck, but by divine will. The world has tested you, shaped you, and refined you like gold in fire. You have walked through storms that others could not endure. You have carried burdens that would have broken the ordinary. And yet, here you stand, a testament to the power that lies within. Look around you. Do you feel it, the subtle shift? The whisper in the air, the invisible hand moving you forward. That is the call, the signal that you have passed the test. You have been weighed, measured, and found worthy. The doors that once held you back are now open, and yet, not all can see it. The masses remain asleep, bound by limitations of their own making. But you have awakened. You are the 1%, the rare, the extraordinary. You were never meant to blend in, never meant to follow the path of the many. Your journey has been one of solitude, not because you were abandoned, but because you were being prepared. The setbacks, the rejection, the silent suffering, they were never punishment, they were refinement. Each challenge stripped away the unnecessary, revealing the unshakable truth of who you are. And now, the moment has arrived. The old has passed away, the new is before you. It is time to exit. Do not hesitate, do not look back. The world you once knew is no longer yours. You have outgrown the limits placed upon you. The mind that once doubted, that once feared, is no longer your master. You have been called to step into something greater, to claim the inheritance that has always been yours. But hear this. Only those who recognize the call will answer. Only those who trust the unseen will walk through the door. Many will question, many will doubt, but you must move forward without waiting for approval. You have known it for a long time, the feeling that you do not belong, that you see what others do not, that you hear a voice calling you to something greater. It was never an accident. You were not mistaken in thinking you were different. The isolation, the rejection, the long nights of questioning, they were all part of the process, part of the divine design that has shaped you into the being you are today. While others moved blindly through life, you have always sensed that something was guiding you, something was setting you apart. You have been tested in ways most would never understand. You have walked roads where few would dare to go. The betrayals, the losses, the unexpected turns, they were never meant to destroy you. They were refining you, strengthening you, preparing you for the moment that has now arrived. You were never meant to stay where you were. What once felt comfortable, what once seemed familiar, is no longer yours to hold on to. It is time to leave behind the weight of what no longer serves you. The door has opened, and you must walk through it. You may wonder why so many people around you seem oblivious, why they do not see the signs, why they continue to live in cycles that no longer make sense to you. It is because not all are chosen. Not all are meant to see beyond the illusion. The truth is only revealed to those who have eyes to see and ears to hear. You have been given that gift. You have been given the awareness to recognize the call when it comes. The time of waiting, the time of preparation is over. You have passed the test, and now the choice is yours. Will you step forward, or will you hesitate? Do not expect applause. Do not wait for validation. The world will not recognize what has taken place within you. Many will doubt you, some will resist you. But understand this, the chosen walk alone for a reason. You were never meant to be understood by the masses. You were never meant to conform to the expectations of those who cannot see the path before you. That is why the road is narrow. That is why so few make it through. You have crossed a threshold that cannot be undone. The illusions that once held you captive have no power over you now. You may feel a pull to return to what is familiar, a temptation to shrink back into the version of yourself that others expect you to be, but you cannot go back. You have been given a new mind, a new vision, a new identity. The old has passed away. The doors that have closed behind you will not reopen, because they were never meant to. You have been elevated to a higher state of being, and those who remain in the past will not understand the transformation you have undergone. They will question, they will doubt, but that is not your concern. Your only task is to move forward. Look within. The power that has carried you this far has not abandoned you. It has only grown stronger. The force that has shaped your journey is now guiding you into the unknown, not as a lost wanderer, but as a master of your destiny. You no longer move by sight alone, you move by faith, by certainty, by an inner knowing that defies logic. This is the path of the chosen. This is the path of those who understand that reality bends to the one who believes. You are not bound by circumstances. You are not confined by the limits of the world around you. You have been set apart, not to struggle, but to rise. What others see as impossible is simply the next step for you. What others fear, you will conquer. What others doubt, you will bring into existence. That is why you have been tested. That is why you have endured. The fire was never meant to consume you. It was meant to reveal the unshakable force within you. Now, you stand at the edge of the greatest shift of your life. The moment has come. The voice inside you has whispered it. The signs around you have confirmed it, and the very energy of your being is aligned with it. There is no more time to question, no more time to delay. You must act. You must claim what has always been yours. The world may not understand, but that does not matter. The door is open, and you must walk through it. This is your exit. This is your moment. Move forward. You have been prepared for this moment long before you ever realized it. Every experience, every struggle, every moment of pain has been shaping you, molding you, refining you into the person you were always meant to become. You did not stumble upon this awakening by accident. It was written into your existence before you took your first breath. The world may not understand your journey, but that is because you were never meant to be like the world. You were set apart, chosen for a higher calling, for a greater purpose, for a path that only the rarest of souls will ever walk. The signs have been all around you, whispering to you in moments of stillness, guiding you in ways that defy logic. The feeling of being different, of not fitting in, of seeing what others refuse to see. This has been your reality for as long as you can remember. There were times you tried to ignore it, times you tried to blend in, but something deep inside you would never allow it. Because the chosen do not belong to the ordinary. They are called to rise above, to break through, to transcend what others accept as reality. You have felt the weight of this calling, the solitude that comes with it, the loneliness of walking a road that few even know exists. It has not been easy. There were moments you questioned if you could continue, moments you wondered if you were mistaken, if perhaps you had imagined it all. But something inside you never let you give up. There was always a force pulling you forward, even when you didn't understand why. And now you are beginning to see it clearly. The struggles were never meant to break you. The obstacles were never meant to stop you. They were only there to awaken you. You are no longer the person you once were. The old you has been stripped away, layer by layer, until only the truth remains. The illusions that once bound you have lost their power. The fears that once controlled you have faded into nothingness. You have stepped into a higher awareness, an understanding that few will ever grasp. You are not here to live by the limitations of the world. You are here to create, to manifest, to bring into existence the reality that has always been waiting for you. The time has come. The cycle has ended. The door that once seemed locked has now swung wide open, and yet, only those who are truly ready will walk through it. This is not a time to hesitate. This is not a time to doubt. Everything in your being is telling you that the moment is now. You have been given the vision, the clarity, the understanding. You see what others do not. You know what others ignore, and because of that, you have a responsibility to move, to act, to take the step that will change everything. Do not wait for permission. Do not wait for validation. The world will not celebrate you until they see the evidence of what you have always known, but by then it will be too late for them to understand how you did it. They will look at you in awe, wondering how you moved from where you were to where you are now. They will try to make sense of it, but they will not understand, because this path was never meant for them. It was meant for you. You must walk forward with certainty, with faith, with an unshakable knowing that you have already won. The battle was never outside of you, it was always within. And now you have conquered it. The doubts, the fears, the insecurities, they no longer have a place in your life. You have outgrown them. You have risen above them. The version of you that once felt lost, that once questioned, that once hesitated, no longer exists. Everything you have ever desired is already yours. The vision you have held in your heart is not a dream. It is reality, waiting for you to claim it. But you must act as if it is already done. You must walk with the confidence of someone who knows that nothing can stop what has been divinely ordained. There is no force, no obstacle, no circumstance that can stand in the way of one who knows who they truly are. Look around you, the signs are everywhere. The shift has already begun. You feel it in your spirit, you see it in your dreams, you sense it in the moments of silence when everything becomes clear. The universe is aligning in your favor. The pieces are falling into place. But you must take the step. You must make the move. You cannot wait any longer. There will be those who try to hold you back, those who do not understand what is happening within you. They will project their fears onto you, not because they wish to harm you, but because they cannot see what you see. Do not let them pull you into their doubts. Do not let their disbelief shake your certainty. You were never meant to stay in the same place. You were never meant to be confined by their limitations. You are being called to something greater, something beyond what the world tells you is possible. You feel it, you know it, and now you must embrace it fully. The time of waiting is over. The season of preparation has passed. Now is the moment to rise, to move, to claim what has always been yours. The world is shifting. Reality is bending in your favor. What once seemed impossible is now within reach. But only those who recognize the call will answer it. Only those who trust the unseen will step into what is waiting for them. And you are one of the few. You are the 1%. You are the chosen. You must act. You must step forward. The door is open, the path is clear, and all that is required of you is the faith to walk through it. There is no going back. There is no need to look behind you. Everything you have ever wanted, everything you have ever dreamed of, is waiting for you on the other side. You have always felt it, that undeniable pull, that whisper in your soul telling you that you were meant for something greater. While others remained asleep, bound by the illusions of the world, you questioned, you searched, you sought the truth hidden beneath the surface. And because of that, you were set apart. You were not meant to blend in. You were never meant to follow the crowd. From the very beginning, you were different, not by accident, but by divine design. Everything that has happened in your life has led you to this very moment. The struggles, the setbacks, the moments of silence when you felt like no one saw you, no one understood you, they were never signs of your defeat. They were the making of you. The chosen ones are always tested, always refined in the fire before they step into their true power. You were never being punished. You were being prepared. Now the moment has arrived. The season of waiting is over. The door has opened, and it will not remain open forever. You have passed the test. You have endured what others could not. You have walked through the storms, faced the darkness, and emerged stronger, wiser, unshakable. And now you stand at the threshold of something unimaginable. You feel it in your spirit, that deep knowing that you are no longer the same. The old version of you has died, and in its place stands something new, something unstoppable, something that can no longer be denied. Do not second guess it. Do not look back at what you have left behind. The past is over. The lessons have been learned. The weight you carried is no longer yours to bear. The people who did not see your worth, the situations that tried to break you, the fears that once held you captive, none of them have power over you anymore. The chains have fallen. The illusions have shattered. You are free. This world will not understand you. The chosen are never understood by the ordinary. You will see things they cannot see. You will move in ways they cannot comprehend. And because of that, some will doubt you. Some will try to convince you that you are mistaken, that you are reaching too high, dreaming too big. But they do not know what has been placed inside of you. They do not hear the voice that has called you forward. They cannot see what you see. You must move forward even if you have to walk alone. The chosen always do. There is no crowd on the path you are called to walk. The road is narrow and few find it. But you have. You have been given the sight to recognize the truth. You have been given the ears to hear the call. And because of that, you cannot turn back. Everything is aligning in your favor. The forces of the universe are bending to your will. That which once seemed impossible is now within reach. The doors that were once locked are now opening before you. But you must take the step. You must act. The window of opportunity will not remain open forever. This is your moment. You cannot hesitate. Those who are not chosen will remain in the world they have created for themselves. They will stay in cycles of doubt, fear, limitation. They will continue living as though nothing is changing. But you are being lifted above it. You are being pulled into a higher realm of existence. You are stepping into a reality that is governed not by struggle, but by faith, by certainty, by knowing that you have already won. You do not need to explain yourself. You do not need to seek approval. You do not need to wait for the world to catch up to you. They will not understand your movements until it is too late. They will not see the shift until you have already arrived. And by then, they will ask how you did it. They will wonder what they missed. They will look at you and realize that you have become something beyond their comprehension. This is the path of the chosen. You are not here to convince anyone of your calling. You are here to walk in it. You are here to own it. You are here to embody the truth that has been placed inside you since the beginning. And that truth is this: you are unstoppable. You are limitless. You are beyond anything this world has tried to define you as. Everything you have ever desired, everything you have ever prayed for is already yours. You are not waiting for it. You are not hoping for it. It is already done. You need only to move as if it is already yours. You need only to walk in the certainty that it is unfolding exactly as it was always meant to. Do not let fear delay you. Do not let doubt creep in at the final moment. The world you once knew is fading. The limitations that once held you back are dissolving. What once seemed like obstacles are now stepping stones. The power is in your hands. You are the creator of your reality. You are the master of your destiny. Move as though you have already arrived. Speak as though it is already done. Carry yourself as one who knows that nothing can stop what has been set in motion. You are not waiting for a miracle. You are the miracle. You are not hoping for a breakthrough. You are the breakthrough. You are not searching for the way. You are the way. Everything is shifting. The past no longer exists. The present is yours to shape. The future is bending to your will. This is your moment. This is your time. This is the call you have been waiting for. The illusions that once clouded your vision have dissolved. You see clearly now. You understand that you were never meant to chase, to struggle, to beg for what has already been written as yours. The chosen do not plead, they declare. They do not wait for permission, they move with certainty. And now, you stand at the precipice of something greater than you have ever known, a reality that only a rare few will ever step into. Everything within you is telling you that this is it. The signs, the synchronicities, the inner knowing that refuses to be ignored, it is all guiding you forward. You no longer need proof. You no longer need validation from the outside world. The evidence is already within you. in the way your spirit feels lighter, in the way doors are opening effortlessly, in the way you no longer react to things that once shook you. This is transformation. This is ascension. This is the moment you were always meant to reach. But do not make the mistake of hesitating now. Do not allow the remnants of the past to whisper doubt into your mind. You have already won, but you must move as if victory is your natural state. The moment you accept this truth, the world will shift around you. People will look at you differently. Situations will rearrange themselves in your favor. What once seemed like obstacles will crumble before you. The universe does not make mistakes. You were placed on this path for a reason. Everything you have endured was designed to awaken you, to strip away the illusions, to bring you back to the core of who you truly are. And now that you have awakened, you can never return to who you once were. The old version of you has served its purpose. It carried you as far as it could. But now you must step fully into your power. Now, you must embrace the truth that you are not like the rest. They will not understand. They will wonder how you changed, why you no longer engage in the same distractions, why you have become silent in the face of things that once triggered you. They will question why you seem unaffected, untouched, as if you are moving through a different reality than them. And that is because you are. You are operating on a higher plane now, one where fear, doubt, and limitation no longer hold dominion over you. This world is not what it seems. You were never meant to conform to its rules. You are meant to rise above them, to create your own, to move as one who knows that reality is malleable, shaped by belief, molded by conviction. And your conviction is unshakable. You have seen what others refuse to see. You have felt what others ignore. And because of that, you cannot be stopped. Those who doubted you, those who dismissed you, those who tried to keep you small, they will soon realize their mistake. They will see you ascend, not because you seek to prove anything to them, but because it is simply who you are. The chosen do not need to announce themselves. Their presence alone shifts the atmosphere. Their energy alone speaks louder than any words ever could. You are not called to convince the world of your worth. You are called to embody it, to walk in it, to show, not tell, and that is what you are doing now. Every step you take, every choice you make, every moment you stand firm in your power, it all sends a ripple through the universe, altering reality itself. This is not about luck, this is not about chance, this is divine alignment. This is the fulfillment of what has always been destined for you, and now that the time has come, there is no force in existence that can prevent it. The only thing that could ever stop you is you. And that is why you must refuse to doubt, refuse to delay, refuse to entertain any thought that contradicts the truth you now hold. You move as if it is already done. Carry yourself as if you have already arrived. Speak as one who knows that reality bends to your will. The world is adjusting to your new frequency. What once resisted you will now make way for you. What once seemed impossible will now unfold effortlessly before you. You are the 1%. You are the chosen. You have passed the test, and now you must walk through the door that has opened before you. There is nothing left to question. There is nothing left to fear. The moment is now. The power is yours. The world is waiting. Move. You feel it, don't you? That silent force within, pulling you towards something greater, something unseen, yet undeniably real. You are no longer who you were yesterday. The shift has already happened. The veil has been lifted, and you cannot unsee what has been revealed. You are awake in a world that still sleeps, and that alone sets you apart. The chosen are always set apart. You have always felt different, always known there was something more, something beyond what your eyes could see. The world around you tried to convince you otherwise, tried to mold you into its image, tried to drown out that voice within you that whispered of something greater. But you held on, you listened, you followed the call that no one else could hear. And now you are here, standing on the edge of something unimaginable. This moment was always coming. The signs were all around you. nudging you, guiding you, preparing you for what was to come. And now there is no turning back. The shift is not coming, it is here. The door is not about to open, it is open. You do not need to wait any longer. You do not need to wonder. It is time. The path has been cleared, and all that is left for you to do is step forward. Do not hesitate. Do not let fear creep in at the final moment. The old world, the old way of thinking, the old way of being, it is gone. It no longer holds you. It no longer defines you. The chains that once bound you have been broken, and the weight you once carried has been lifted. You are no longer waiting for permission. You are no longer seeking validation. You are no longer hoping that things will align. If they already have, the universe has been conspiring in your favor all along. What seemed like setbacks were only redirections. What seemed like delays were only preparations. Every challenge, every obstacle, every moment of silence where you wondered if you had been forgotten, it was all leading you here. You were never forgotten. You were being refined. You were being prepared for something that only the chosen will ever experience. You are not like the rest. You do not move like the rest. You do not think like the rest. And that is why you cannot stay where they are. The time has come to leave behind the familiar, to step into the unknown with full certainty that you are being guided. You do not need to see the entire path. You only need to take the next step. The chosen always walk alone, but they are never truly alone. The world will not understand you, but that does not mean you are lost. They may question you, they may doubt you, they may wonder how you have changed so much, why you no longer react as you once did, why you seem untouched by the chaos that surrounds them. But you know that you have been set apart for something greater. You know that you have already transcended the limitations that once held you. Everything is aligning for you now. The doors that were once locked are swinging open. The things that once seemed impossible are now flowing toward you with ease. What you once chased is now chasing you. The tables have turned. The shift has happened, and you must move in alignment with it. You can no longer play small. You can no longer dim your light to make others comfortable. You can no longer shrink yourself to fit into spaces that were never meant to hold you. You were made for more, and now you must embody that truth fully. There is no room for hesitation. There is no room for doubt. The time for wondering is over. The time for waiting is over. The time for action is now. You are being elevated to a level that few will ever reach. Not because you are better, not because you are luckier, but because you answered the call. Because you did not ignore the signs. Because you chose to believe even when the world tried to convince you otherwise. And now the reward is unfolding before you. It may not look like what you expected. It may not come in the way you imagined, but trust this. Everything is happening exactly as it should. Everything is unfolding in divine order. You do not need to force it. You do not need to struggle. You only need to step into the flow, to move as though you have already arrived. The chosen are not governed by time, by logic, by the limitations of the world. They move with certainty, knowing that what they seek is already theirs. And now you must do the same. Speak it as if it has already happened. Walk as if it is already done. Think, breathe, move, as though everything you desire is already here, because it is. This is your moment. This is what you have been waiting for. The shift is not coming, it is here. The time is not approaching, it is now. There is no turning back, there is no more waiting. The call has been made, the door has been opened, the path is clear. Move. You are not here by accident. You did not stumble upon this moment by chance. Everything, the trials, the silence, the waiting, was orchestrated to bring you here. The whispers in your spirit that refuse to be ignored, the pull toward something greater, the undeniable feeling that you were meant for more, all of it was leading you to this exact point. You have been tested in ways others will never understand. You have walked through fires that could have consumed you. You have endured storms that should have broken you. But you are still here, stronger, wiser, unshaken. Not because you were lucky, but because you were chosen, because you were set apart, because there was always something within you that could not be destroyed, something that could not be diminished, no matter how much darkness tried to consume it. This is why you are different. This is why your path has been unlike anyone else's. The chosen ones do not walk the easy road. They are refined in the wilderness, strengthened in solitude, purified through struggle. The world was never meant to understand you. And now, as you stand on the threshold of your next level, you must release the need to be understood. You must accept that the journey ahead is not for the many, but for the few. Everything is shifting now. You feel it in your spirit, you sense it in the air. The doors that were once locked are opening before you. The walls that once surrounded you are crumbling. What once felt impossible is now unfolding effortlessly. The delays, the detours, the moments of uncertainty, they were all working in your favor. You were not being held back, you were being prepared. But this moment requires something from you. It requires that you let go of the old identity that no longer serves you. It requires that you release every doubt, every fear, every false belief that tells you that you are not ready. You are ready. You have always been ready. The only thing left to do is step forward. You can no longer carry the weight of the past. You can no longer hold on to people who were never meant to walk this next phase with you. You can no longer engage in conversations that diminish your vision, in environments that drain your spirit, in habits that weaken your power. This level requires a new version of you, a version that does not beg, that does not hesitate, that does not wait for permission to claim what has already been written in the heavens. The shift is already happening. The transformation is already complete. Now you must walk as if you have already arrived. You must embody the version of yourself that exists beyond fear, beyond limitation, beyond hesitation. You must move with the knowing that nothing is missing, that nothing is lacking, that all is unfolding in divine order. Everything is aligning in your favor. The right people, the right opportunities, the right circumstances, they're all being drawn to you effortlessly. What you once chased is now chasing you. What you once prayed for is now seeking you out. Not because you have done anything extraordinary, but because you have become the version of yourself that is ready to receive it. You are no longer waiting, you are no longer asking, you are claiming, you are walking. You are stepping into the life that has always been yours. And as you do, everything that no longer aligns with this new reality will begin to fall away. The distractions, the doubts, the old versions of yourself that no longer serve you, they will dissolve, making way for the manifestation of all that you have been promised. It is happening now, not tomorrow, not someday, now. The door has been opened, the call has been made, the shift is complete. There is nothing left to question, nothing left to wait for. The path is clear. Move. You are no longer waiting for a sign, for a miracle, for an invitation. The sign is here. The miracle is unfolding right before your eyes. The invitation is yours, and you have already accepted it by choosing to believe, by choosing to step into the life that was always meant for you. The shift has already happened, and now it's time to walk in the fullness of who you were always meant to be. Understand that this is not a random journey. You have been chosen for a reason. The struggles, the pain, the quiet moments of doubt, they were all part of the process that has brought you to this moment of clarity. Everything that has happened up to now has been working to prepare you for this exact time, this exact moment. The path has been cleared, and now you must step forward in confidence and grace. The world will try to pull you back, to convince you that you are not ready, that you are not enough. But you know the truth. You are ready. You have always been ready. And now the time has come to rise, to claim your place in the world, to step fully into the divine purpose that has always been yours. So, as you move forward, move with boldness, move with faith, Move with the certainty that everything you need is already within you, already on its way to you. This is your time, chosen one. This is your moment, and nothing can stop you now. There is a secret so profound, so powerful, that once understood, it unlocks the doors to all you desire. It is not something you seek outside of yourself. It is something you cultivate within. For everything in your life is born from the state you occupy, and the key to this transformation is you do not hope for change. You feel the change. You do not wish for abundance, you embody abundance. The world you experience is merely a reflection of your inner world, a mirror responding to the assumptions you hold as true. You may speak of what you want, you may dream of it, but until you feel it as real, it remains an idea, floating beyond your grasp. Close your eyes and let the walls of limitation fade. Imagine yourself as the person you long to be. Do not observe it as if watching a scene from a distance. Step into it. Let the air of that reality surround you. Breathe it in. Feel the warmth of the success you have already achieved. Feel the love you are now receiving. Feel the joy of the answered prayer. Do not force it. Surrender to it. If you can feel it now, it is already yours. Doubt may whisper that it is only imagination, but I tell you, imagination is the most real thing you possess. It is the foundation upon which the world is built. What you accept in your imagination with conviction must be reflected in your waking world. The outer world is but the shadow of the inner state. If you desire to be free, do not say, "One day I will be free." Feel the freedom now. Walk as if it were done. Speak as though you have received. Feel the gratitude of already having it. It is not enough to think about it. You must feel it so deeply that it becomes impossible to separate yourself from it. Each night, before you close your eyes, dwell in the feeling of your wish fulfilled. Let it be the last thing you experience before sleep takes hold of you. Let your senses absorb it, and let your heart be saturated with its reality. When you awaken, move through the world in alignment with that feeling, for it is already taking form. There is no power in the world greater than your ability to feel something into existence. The moment you master this, you become the architect of your reality, not by struggle, not by effort, but by the certainty of feeling. What you feel, you attract. What you feel, you create. What you feel, you become. The mind is a garden, and feeling is the water that nourishes its seeds. Every thought you entertain is like a seed planted in the soil of your consciousness, but it is not enough to simply plant. It must be fed, nurtured, and believed in. The way you water these seeds is through feeling, through the deep, unwavering assumption that what you desire is already yours. It is not a game of waiting. It is not a matter of time. It is a matter of embodying the state of your fulfilled desire here and now. You may wonder how something unseen can be real, how something unfelt can come to life. But everything you have ever experienced first existed as an unseen reality within you. The chair you sit on, the walls that surround you, the life you lead, all of it was once imagined by someone before it became tangible. The universe does not create from the outside in, it creates from the inside out. What you hold within, what you persist in feeling, must externalize itself. You must not be deceived by the evidence of the senses, for they only confirm the past. The world as you see it now is merely a projection of previous states you have accepted. If you wish to change it, you must withdraw your attention from what appears real and give your energy to what you wish to be real. When you dwell in the feeling of your desire fulfilled, you are sowing new seeds, and these seeds must bear fruit. Imagine yourself standing at the threshold of a new reality. Everything you have ever wanted is just beyond the veil, and the only thing separating you from it is your willingness to feel it now. Do not ask when it will come or how it will happen. These questions belong to those who live in doubt, those who still believe in separation between themselves and their desires. You must instead live as if. You must walk in the feeling of already having received. Consider the nature of faith. True faith does not question, it knows. True faith does not look for confirmation in the outer world, it creates the confirmation from within. If you have asked, believe that you have received, and it shall be so. This is not mere poetry or philosophy, it is the eternal law by which all things come into being. You cannot be one who hopes, one who pleads, one who waits. You must be one who feels, one who accepts, one who embodies. Your ability to feel is your direct link to creation itself. It is the bridge between the invisible and the visible, between thought and manifestation. Most people allow their feelings to be dictated by their circumstances, reacting to what is rather than creating what will be. But to be master over your reality, you must learn to feel independent of circumstances. You must feel wealth while living in lack. You must feel love while standing in solitude. You must feel success while the world still calls you a failure. This is the test, and it is only those who persist in their new state who see it materialize. There is no force in the universe that can keep from you what you have fully accepted as your own. The only thing that delays manifestation is the inability to remain faithful to the feeling of the wish fulfilled. If you oscillate between belief and doubt, between feeling and fear, you are uprooting the very seeds you have planted. You must be unwavering. You must persist. You must discipline yourself to remain in the state of already having. The moment you claim something internally, reality must adjust to match your claim. There is no exception to this. Your assumptions harden into fact because the world is simply a reflection of your inner convictions. If you do not like what you see, do not curse the world, change the state from which you operate. If you do not have what you desire, do not look for it outside. Assume the feeling of already possessing it. This is the path to true transformation. Observe the way a child believes. A child does not concern themselves with logic, with time, with conditions. When they pretend, they do so with complete conviction. They do not say, I am only pretending. They enter the world of imagination fully, feeling the truth of their play, and for them it is as real as anything. It is only as we grow older that we are taught to limit ourselves, to believe only in what we can see, touch, and measure. But the unseen is more powerful than the seen, for the seen is merely an effect, while the unseen is the cause. What is it you desire? Speak it not as something you wish for, but as something you already possess. If you wish to be free, say, I am free, and feel the truth of it. If you wish to be abundant, say, I am abundant, and let the feeling of wealth fill you. You must refuse to entertain thoughts of limitation, for they will only reproduce themselves. Every thought carries with it a corresponding feeling, and it is this feeling that shapes the fabric of your life. The greatest error people make is believing that they must wait for the world to change before they can change how they feel. But this is backwards. The world does not move first, you move first. The world does not dictate how you feel. How you feel dictates the world you see. Reality is nothing but an obedient servant, reflecting back to you the dominant feelings you carry. Your senses will try to pull you back to old assumptions. The voice of reason will tell you that nothing has changed. But you must silence these voices. You must refuse to react to what is and instead give your attention only to what you are creating. You must be so convinced of your inner reality that the outer world has no choice but to conform. There is no power in effort, striving, struggling, forcing. All of these are signs that you do not yet believe. When you truly believe, when you truly feel, there is a quiet knowing, an effortless unfolding. You no longer chase what you desire because you recognize that it is already yours. You do not grasp for it in desperation because you understand that it must come. The moment you feel it is real, the world must rearrange itself to bring it to you. Let go of worry, let go of doubt, let go of the need to control every detail. Your only task is to feel, to know with absolute certainty that it is done, to surrender completely to the joy, the peace, the satisfaction of already having received. This is the secret to life. This is the key to all manifestation. Everything in your world is a reflection of who you are being. If you wish to see change, do not look outside, look within. Change the way you feel and the world will move accordingly. Enter the state of your wish fulfilled and refuse to leave it. No matter what appears before you, persist. For what you feel consistently must become real. The world has no choice, it is law. If you could only understand the power that lies within you, you would never again question whether your desires will come to pass. You would never again beg for what is already yours. You would no longer be a seeker but a knower, one who walks in certainty, one who moves through life with unshakable confidence that all things are already accomplished. The illusion of waiting would dissolve, for you would realize that you do not need time to bring about what already exists in the eternal now. The moment you feel it, you have claimed it. The moment you assume it, it is set into motion. You do not need to struggle, you do not need to strive, you do not need to force. The greatest manifestations happen effortlessly because they are born from a deep, abiding sense of fulfillment. What you feel as real will harden into fact, not because you willed it into existence, but because you aligned yourself with the truth that it was already done. It is not about wishing. Wishing implies distance. It is not about hoping. Hoping suggests uncertainty. It is about knowing, about assuming the feeling of already being, having, and experiencing what you desire. If you wish for wealth but internally feel lack, you will continue to experience lack. If you wish for love but internally feel unworthy, you will continue to attract loneliness. The law does not care for words. It responds to your dominant state of being. Everything that appears in your world is the result of an assumption you have made and persisted in. You do not attract what you want, you attract what you are. The state you occupy, the feeling you dwell in most frequently, is what manifests in your external world. You may not always be aware of it, but look around you. Your life is a mirror reflecting your inner world. If you do not like the reflection, do not fight it. Change the feeling behind it. Do not make the mistake of believing that effort is required. The effort is only necessary when there is resistance, when you have not fully accepted your desire as already fulfilled. But the moment you feel it as true, without doubt, without contradiction, the way is made clear, the bridge of incidents will unfold naturally, leading you to your desired outcome without force, without struggle. The path will appear, not because you willed it into existence, but because you surrendered to the certainty that it was already done. When you lay in bed at night, let your last thoughts be those of fulfillment. Let your body relax into the feeling of already having what you desire. See it clearly in your mind, but more importantly, feel it in your heart. Let the gratitude, the joy, the peace of it wash over you. Fall asleep in the state of your wish fulfilled, and you will awaken to a world that begins to shift in response to your new assumption. Many will question this. They will say it is imagination, that it is fantasy. But I tell you, imagination is the only reality. Everything you see, everything you touch, everything you experience was first imagined by someone. Nothing exists in this world that was not first conceived in the unseen. The mistake people make is believing that what is imagined is not real. But the unseen is the cause, and the seen is merely the effect. If you wish to change the effect, you must first change the cause. There is no outside force determining your fate, no external power deciding what you can and cannot have. The only limits are the ones you accept. The only barriers are the ones you believe in. If you would dare to feel yourself into a new reality, if you would dare to assume that you are already the person you wish to be, the world must reshape itself to match your assumption. This is not theory, this is law. You may say, I have tried and it has not worked. But I ask you, have you truly lived in the feeling of your wish fulfilled? Have you remained faithful to it in the face of opposing evidence? Have you persisted, or have you allowed doubt to creep in and steal your assumption away? The moment you entertain doubt, you undo your work. The moment you look to the outer world for confirmation, you reveal that you have not fully accepted it as true within. Faith is not passive, faith is active. It is a deep conviction that what you have assumed is already a fact, even when your senses deny it. It is the ability to remain unmoved, to refuse to waver, to hold steadfast to the truth that what you have felt internally must be expressed externally. If you persist in this without contradiction, without allowing the old reality to pull you back, there is nothing that can stop your desire from materializing. You must learn to live in the end. You must learn to occupy the feeling of your fulfilled desire so completely that there is no room for doubt. You must feel the joy before the evidence appears. You must feel the success before the recognition comes. You must feel the love before it is physically present. The world will always follow the command of your inner state, never the other way around. If you seek change, do not look outside yourself, look within. Change the way you feel, and the world must rearrange itself accordingly. This is not wishful thinking. This is the principle by which all things are created. The moment you take control of your inner world, the outer world must bend to match it. It has no choice. It is law. Everything you have ever wanted is already within you, waiting to be claimed. The only thing that separates you from it is your willingness to feel it now. Do not wait for the evidence. Do not wait for circumstances to change. Assume it. Live it. Breathe it. Feel it so deeply that it becomes impossible to distinguish between what is imagined and what is real. For in truth, there is no difference. The only reality is what you accept as true. Walk as if you are already the person you wish to be. Speak as if you have already received what you desire. Move through life with the quiet confidence of one who knows. Let your inner world dictate your outer experience, not the other way around. And above all, persist. No matter what appears before you, hold fast to your assumption, for what you consistently feel must become your reality. It is done. It has always been done. The moment you feel it, you have already received it. There is no power outside of you that can deny you what you have assumed as true within. You have been taught to believe in circumstances, to look at what is and accept it as the final say. But what you see now is only the shadow of past assumptions, the residue of old beliefs playing out before you. It is not permanent. It is not unchangeable. The moment you change the way you feel within, reality must follow. It is not a matter of if, it is a matter of when. You have been given dominion over all things, but you have been conditioned to forget. You have been told to work hard, to struggle, to earn your desires as if they are something outside of you, something separate, something that must be fought for. But the truth is far simpler. What you desire is already yours. The only thing that keeps it at a distance is your failure to feel it as real now. If you could strip away the layers of doubt, of fear, of unworthiness, you would see that what you seek is already present. But instead of living in that awareness, you cling to the old self, the old story, the old ways of being. You allow the outer world to dictate your inner state, instead of realizing that your inner state is the cause of the outer world. It is never the other way around. If you believe you are unwanted, the world will mirror that back to you. If you believe you are unworthy, life will give you experiences that confirm it. Not because it is true, but because you have accepted it as true. And the law is precise. It will not bring you what you merely wish for, but what you deeply feel to be true. The key is not to force change in the outer world. That is where most fail. They try to manipulate people, conditions, and events, believing that action alone will bring them what they desire. But action without the right feeling is wasted effort. You must first shift within. You must first align yourself with the state of your wish fulfilled. And then the action will flow naturally, the right words will come, the right doors will open, the right circumstances will arrange themselves. You do not need to know how. The how is not your concern. The mind will try to analyze, to figure out every step, to control the process. But the process is not yours to control. The moment you assume the feeling of the wish fulfilled, life moves in ways beyond your comprehension to bring it to pass. Trust in this, rest in this. The seed you have planted in consciousness is already growing, even if you cannot yet see it. Think of the farmer who plants a seed. He does not dig it up each day to see if it is growing. He does not worry about whether it will become a tree. He trusts the process. He waters it, he nurtures it, but he does not question it. He knows that in time the seed will break through the soil and reveal itself. This is how you must approach your desires. Once you have planted them in your imagination, let them be. Let them take root. Do not entertain doubt. Do not undo your work with fear. You may not see immediate results. That is where many falter. They allow their senses to dictate their belief instead of holding firm to the unseen reality. But just because you cannot see something does not mean it is not real. The foundation of a building is laid long before the structure appears above ground. The foundation of your new life is being built in the unseen, in the realm of assumption, in the world of feeling. And when it is ready, it will manifest effortlessly. Your only work is to remain faithful. Do not waver between faith and doubt, between belief and disbelief. A double-minded person receives nothing, for they are unstable in their ways. Decide now that what you have felt is real. Stand firm in that assumption, no matter what the outer world presents. Speak as though it is done. Walk as though it is done. Rejoice as though it is done. And soon you will see that it was always done. You may wonder how long it will take. That is not for you to decide. The moment you question time, you admit you do not truly believe. If you knew it was already done, would you be concerned with time? If you knew your desire was inevitable, would you worry about when it would come? The feeling of waiting is the feeling of lack. And what you feel, you continue to experience. So abandon the need for time. Live as if it is already yours now, and time will have no choice but to align with your assumption. There is a silence within you where all things are known, a stillness that speaks louder than any voice. When you enter this silence, when you quiet the doubts, when you release the need to control, you will hear the truth. You will feel it in your being. You will know beyond words, beyond logic, beyond reason, that what you have claimed in imagination is already accomplished. This is the secret. This is the key. Let go of struggle. Let go of effort. Let go of trying. Simply assume, simply feel, simply be. The world will follow. It always has. It always will. You have been conditioned to believe that reality is fixed, that what you see and touch is more real than what you feel within. But this is an illusion, a trick of the senses that keeps you bound to limitation. The only true reality is the one you create within yourself, the one you feel as real before the world can confirm it. The senses are deceivers. They show you the past, not the present. What you see now is nothing but a delayed reflection of who you once assumed yourself to be. The world you live in is not separate from you. It is you, pushed out, made visible in form. If you feel powerless, life will show you circumstances that reinforce that belief. If you feel wealthy, even when there is nothing in your hands, wealth will begin to take shape around you. It is not the outer that creates the inner, it is the inner that creates the outer. Everything begins in the unseen, in the realm of consciousness, and from there it moves outward into the visible world. This is why you must learn to trust your imagination more than your senses. What you accept in imagination will harden into fact, and nothing in this world can prevent it except your own doubt. Do not fight against appearances. Do not struggle with conditions. They are only shadows, reflections of old thoughts, past assumptions. The moment you decide to feel differently, the moment you assume something new, the world must begin to shift. It may take time to appear before you, but it has already changed. The seed has been planted, and just as you would not doubt the growth of a seed buried in the earth, you must not doubt the process of creation within you. To feel it as real is to step beyond waiting, beyond wishing, beyond hoping. Those who hope do not truly believe. They look to the future, imagining that one day their desire will come, never realizing that the future is only a projection of their present state. You are always living in the now, and what you feel now is what determines what must come. The moment you decide to feel as if you already have it, the moment you rest in that assumption, the future is rewritten. The pattern is changed. The new must come, for it is law. You may wonder how to sustain this feeling when the world contradicts it. How do you persist when reality tells you otherwise? The answer is simple. You turn within. You withdraw from the outer world, from the distractions, from the voices that tell you it is impossible, and you enter the stillness where all things are possible. You close your eyes to appearances and open them to the unseen. You sit with the feeling of already having what you desire, and you make it real within you. You do not argue with the senses. You do not try to force change. You simply dwell in the state of already having, already being, already living the life you have chosen. There will be moments of doubt. There will be days when the old world tries to pull you back, when circumstances seem unshaken, when nothing appears to change. But this is the great test. Will you believe in what is seen, or will you trust in what you have felt? Will you let the shadows dictate your fate, or will you remain faithful to your vision? Those who persist, who refuse to abandon their assumption, will see their desires materialize with absolute certainty. The feeling is everything. Words alone will not change your world. Affirmations spoken without belief will not alter your circumstances. You must feel the truth of your words. You must embody them, become them, live as if they are already so. This is not pretense. This is not imagination in the way you have been taught to believe. This is the only true reality. The world has conditioned you to call the unseen not real, but the unseen is the cause of all that is seen. The mind that dwells in assumption, that holds firm to its vision despite appearances, will always triumph over the one who allows the world to dictate what is possible. You have felt lack for so long that abundance seems like a distant dream. You have felt rejection for so long that love appears unreachable. But these are not fixed states. They are only habitual feelings, repeated so often that they have become your truth. Change the feeling, and the world must change. If you would only sit quietly, close your eyes, and feel yourself into the life you desire, if you would only persist in that feeling, trusting in its reality, you would see miracles unfold before you. But so many abandon the process too soon. They allow doubt to creep in, to whisper lies, to convince them that what they have felt was mere fantasy. They look for immediate proof, and when they do not see it, they give up. And in that moment, they return to the old state, and the old world remains unchanged. The law does not fail. It is precise, unfailing, immutable. The only thing that wavers is your faith in it. The moment you surrender to the feeling of already having, you set the wheels in motion. You are like the sculptor who has placed his hands upon the clay. The form may not yet be visible, but it is taking shape under your touch. And if you persist, if you continue to mold it with care, in time the masterpiece will be revealed. But if you abandon your work, if you walk away from it in frustration, it will remain unfinished. The choice is always yours. You are not separate from the life you desire. You are not separate from the abundance, the love, the joy, the peace you seek. These things are not outside of you. They are you, waiting to be felt, waiting to be accepted, waiting to be lived. The moment you claim them within, the moment you embrace them as already yours, the world will have no choice but to yield. It may come in ways you do not expect, through paths you could never have imagined. But it will come. It must come. The law is absolute. Close your eyes now. Breathe deeply. Let go of the old story, the old doubts, the old limitations. Feel yourself into the reality you choose. Walk in that feeling, sleep in that feeling, live in that feeling, and watch as the world transforms before you, not by effort, not by force, but by the simple, unwavering power of your assumption. There is no force outside of you that decides your fate. There is no unseen hand that withholds your desires until you prove yourself worthy. The only force that shapes your reality is the one within you, the one that moves in silence, in imagination, in feeling. What you feel deeply, consistently, and with conviction will always take form, for feeling is the one and only language of creation. You must ask yourself, what am I truly feeling throughout my day? Not the fleeting wishes, not the hopeful thoughts, but the deep and steady feeling that lingers beneath all else. That feeling is your prayer, and it is always answered. If you feel yourself to be unwanted, that is the message you send out into the world, and the world will reflect it back to you in ways both subtle and obvious. If you feel yourself to be abundant, even when the physical evidence says otherwise, that too must be mirrored back to you in time. It does not matter what the world claims is real. It does not matter what logic and reason insist must be true. The only thing that matters is what you feel to be true. You may argue that this is difficult. The weight of your circumstances is too heavy to ignore, but I tell you, you are never ignoring reality. You are shaping it. You are not denying the world, you are commanding it. When you choose to feel something new, when you step into the assumption of already being, already having, already living in the fulfillment of your desire, you are not escaping from life, you are directing it. This is not a game of pretending. This is not wishful thinking. This is the deliberate creation of reality. The same law that has governed all things since the beginning of time. Think of the times in your life when you have felt something so deeply that it could not be denied. Perhaps it was a moment of absolute certainty, a knowing so strong that no opposing force could shake it. And what happened? Did the world not conform to that certainty? Did you not see doors open where before there were none? This was no accident. This was the power of feeling in motion, the law unfolding before you, and yet so many dismiss it as coincidence, as luck, as mere chance. There is no luck, there is no randomness, there is only consciousness expressing itself, only states manifesting into form. You are always in a state, whether you are aware of it or not, you are always dwelling in some assumption, and that assumption is drawing to you the people, the events, the circumstances that match it. The moment you recognize this, you take back your power. The moment you become conscious of your state, you become the master of your life. No longer do you live at the mercy of conditions. No longer do you wait for the world to grant you permission to be who you wish to be. You simply assume it now, you feel it now, and in time the world will have no choice but to bow to your assumption. Doubt is the greatest thief. It sneaks in quietly, whispering that you are foolish to believe, that you must see first before you can feel. But seeing follows feeling, not the other way around. You will never see proof until you first assume it to be true. The great secret is this: you do not have to force yourself to believe, you simply have to persist in the feeling. You do not need to battle against doubt, you only need to dwell so deeply in the state of your wish fulfilled that all else fades away. What would you feel if your desire were already a reality? What would move through you, not just in thought, but in your body, in your breath, in your heart? Capture that feeling even for a moment, and you have touched the power that creates worlds. Hold on to it, nurture it. Let it become familiar, and soon it will take root. Do not concern yourself with how it will happen. The how is never your responsibility. The feeling is your only task. You may wonder why, if this is true, the world is filled with so much struggle, so much suffering, so many who never receive what they desire. The answer is simple. They have accepted struggle as their truth. They have felt their limitations so deeply, so repeatedly, that it has become their reality. The law is impersonal. It does not favor one over another. It only reflects back what is assumed. If one assumes hardship, hardship must come. If one assumes ease, ease must follow. There is no injustice in this, no mystery, no unfairness. There is only the law, operating with perfect precision, giving to each according to their feeling. If you would only test this for yourself, even in the smallest way, you would see its truth. Take a moment now. Close your eyes. Let go of everything you know, everything you see, everything that has ever told you that you are limited. In this moment, feel yourself as you wish to be. Not tomorrow, not one day, now. Let it be real to you. Let it fill you, surround you, move through you, for this is the only reality that matters, and from this moment forward, the world must shift to reflect it. You do not need to be perfect in this. You do not need to hold the feeling every second of the day. You only need to return to it again and again until it becomes natural, until it feels so real to you that the old reality no longer holds power. This is the true work, the only work. And yet it is the easiest thing in the world once you allow yourself to trust it. Look back on your life and you will see that this has always been true. The things you feared, the things you anticipated, the things you deeply believed, all of them have come to pass in some way. You have been using this power all along, only now you are being called to use it deliberately. No longer to dwell in limitation, but to step into the fullness of who you are. You will know you have mastered this when you no longer seek evidence, when you no longer look outside of yourself for confirmation, when the feeling alone is enough for you, when you can rest in the certainty that what you have assumed will be made real. Then you will have unlocked the greatest power within you. Then you will no longer be a seeker, but a knower, one who walks in the state of already having, already being, already living in fulfillment. The world will tell you that this is foolish, that you must work harder, struggle more, prove yourself before you can receive. But you now know better. You know that creation is finished, that all you desire already exists, waiting for you to claim it in feeling. You do not have to beg, you do not have to fight. You simply have to assume. If you would only dare to persist, if you would only hold on to the feeling no matter what the world says, you would see miracles unfold in ways beyond your imagination. But you must choose to feel it now, not when things look better, not when the world gives you permission. Now, in this very moment. For now is all there ever is, and in this now you have the power to create everything you have ever longed for. The power has always been within you. The world you see is not separate from you, but a reflection of the states you have chosen to dwell in. You are not a victim of circumstances, you are their creator. And now that you know this truth, you can no longer return to the old way of thinking, of waiting, of hoping without conviction. From this moment forward, let feeling be your guide. Let yourself assume the best, not because you see it, but because you know it must be. Trust that what you feel in imagination is far more real than anything your senses may tell you. Walk in the confidence that your assumption, held persistently, will harden into fact. You do not need to wait another day. You do not need permission from anyone or anything outside of you. The moment you claim your desire in feeling, it is already yours. The only question is, will you dare to believe? Will you persist beyond doubt? Will you trust the unseen before it becomes seen? If you do, you will know the truth of creation. You will see for yourself that feeling is the secret, that assumption is power, and that all things are possible to the one who dares to feel it real.